on the general ambition?
Well, first of all, it's limitless. And second, I was fortunate to spend some time with Her Excellency just a few minutes ago, and some of members of your industry here. I also was fortunate to host France and Qatari, the Energy Commissioner, for almost 2 days and a half visit in Saudi Arabia. It was a very good opportunity for us to share, not only to share, but actually showcase what we are doing, be it on our ambitions of green hydrogen, blue hydrogen. In fact, we're hoping that we work with the Commission and member states on trying to figure out a way to categorize hydrogen as being clean hydrogen. So regardless of what will be the source, as long as it meets certain standards or specific standards and certifications that would allow it to be called clean, I think the word would be much better in trying to be inclusive, as long as we meet the environmental standards. The reason I said it's limitless, it is all in the eyes of the buyers. What we could do, or what we've been doing and shared with our friends here and with our friends in the Commission, we are open to any structure of arrangements, all the way from producing the electricity, the green electricity, all the way to transporting it, converting it to hydrogen, transporting it. Even in the transportation, we're open to the idea of shipping it, piping it. Even in the receiving part, we're open to collaborate with congregations of consortiums. We want to showcase also that, as Franz was saying just a while ago, that is our ambition is not just only on hydrogen, but also in exporting green electricity, reaching out to a few countries in Europe to see how much of an accessibility we could have. That's why we're working with member states like Holland and Germany for now. I was there last week. I even, it's a phenomenon, but I do see France now more than my wife and children. So. So he does complain the same, have the same complaint that he and I are getting to see each other more often than what we, with regard to our. But the mindset we have is that we want to be the prominent, if we can, supplier of hydrogen. The model we will use is a convenient model for all that wants to buy hydrogen from us. We have a history of working collaboratively. The notion of joint venturing is some sort of an art that we have perfected ourselves, emanating from our early experience in the 70s. So we like the concept of collaborating and joint venturing. Started when quite a few, with so many Dutch companies, and some of them are here present. But honestly, we need certainty, we need commitment, and we need certainty. And obviously this industry, as it's new, would need incentives, would need regulatory framework that make it amenable and enabling regulatory framework to enable it to thrive and prosper. We want to showcase to the world that we are going to be the incubator of all energy sources, and we would like to take up that challenge, and if we can succeed to be a leading exemplary producer of all of the above, if we can be enabled to do that, we would be more than happy to be there.
And of course, we know that you're progressing to date with enormous projects. Maybe you can give some words on the progress to date you have in achieving your ambitions as kingdom.
Well, our first project is NEOM, and
Yes.
and you know, it took its own publicity. But maybe to the audience, some of you may not know that we already, Aramco is exporting blue hydrogen. Sabiq, I have the CEO here, have just recently exported blue hydrogen. In fact, if I'm to do marketing for them, we still have, I think, 50,000 tons of hydrogen, of ammonia, that ammonia, I'm sorry, is available. If anybody would like to buy it, we'd be more than happy to manage it. We're working now with a consortia with PI. We have, the concept we have is that we do have our own national champions. And blue, we have, of course, Aramco and Sabiq now. Sabiq is now shares of the government has been bought by Aramco. In green hydrogen, we have PIF, they have their own national champion, which is being built now, along with Aqua, which is semi-owned by PIF. But the kind of approach that we have is that the investment fund of Saudi Arabia is amenable of creating more and more companies, so as long as it takes to create national champions, to be the counterparty with the consortiums that may evolve and develop. We honestly believe that keeping governments and regulators operate as governments and operate and regulators is the right thing. Working with national champions in a way that enables them to be the counterpart to the commercial collaboration is the right formula. So, but again, I was explaining to Her Excellency just a while ago, we don't come with a box. I personally don't like the idea of, in fact, I joke a lot about this concept, let's think outside the box. I keep telling my colleagues in the ministry and the ecosystem,
There is no box.
there is no thinking without a box and inside a box. And you know, thinking has nothing to do with box thinking. There is nothing called box thinking. It's either you think or you just confine yourself to a box. But if you confine yourself to a box, you really lose touch of possibilities that you have because of your confinement. You lost an opportunity to look at the broader picture and see how can you be inclusive enough where these ideas may evolve, so long as you pick the right partner, the right choices, and also you demonstrate your sincerity to the commitment you are willing to discharge. There is nothing I could do more as a government or even as a national champions than having to be in 1 week. In 1 week. In Germany, we spent a full day with at least 105 companies working on what we could do in hydrogen. We know that the right fit for us, and that's why I made this trip and signed this agreement, because I know that Rotterdam, if we are going to use ships, it will be our hub to Europe. There is no other better hub than Rotterdam for us, because, and I'm not trying to be complimentary here or being saying anything than being polite, but name me any 2 countries that are dead serious about hydrogen than the 2 countries, is Holland and Germany. we know that you are putting facilities on the ground. You know you have a plan. You know you have the right companies. You know that you are building storages. You are building pipelines. You are building all of the above. So it goes without saying that the natural potential partner for us for now is Germany and Holland. And we really need to create a big bang to make ourselves more visible. And I think we need the word to say something different this time around. We don't need more bragging about wanting to do these things. We need people to execute the will and exercise the will to deliver these things.
I thank you so very much, and that's why just to really deliver, that's why we have 11,000 people gathered here this week in Rotterdam, so near to the port of Rotterdam, to make this happen, because the Big Bang is about to be here and now. I do thank you so profoundly, so very much for having been with us here today. It was a great honor.
By the way, we are having a round table with the who's who in the industry here, just in an hour or two. We welcome anybody who wants to participate.
Oh, take the opportunity, I would say.
We have nothing to hide, but we have everything to demonstrate.
And a lot to share.
And if there is anything else that we could showcase that we are that serious, Bedouins like Dutch. If they get it to their heads, we become like a tick. We stick and stick until we get away with what we want.
I thank you so very much. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
I will help you. Thank you so very much for this contribution. And we, ladies and gentlemen, Thank you so very much. And now, ladies and gentlemen,